So she said, it's $100 for you, $20 more if your friend wants to watch. I said, ma'am, this is a red box outside of Ralph's. What are you talking about?
What'd you do?
I got Real Steel on DVD.
Sean
The
Levy.
Hugh Jackman movie?
Yeah, rented it. I didn't
movie's
watch
awesome.
it. I just had to get out of that situation.
That's
Well-
a good choice, though. Like,
Is
of all
it?
things considered, yeah, I like Real Steel.
No, you
I didn't-
really
I
could have
didn't
walked
watch
away
it.
with a much worse movie.
I would have just been asking about what the $20 was about.
It's Redbox. I assume a movie
That's a lot of money for one movie.
to rent.
Oh.
And this is what you've been up to the past 2 weeks?
I got lost.
Wow.
On the way where? On the way to where?
I don't know. I got lost.
He was lost. He didn't know where he was.
I don't know
Well,
where I was.
he was in the woods that one time.
That wasn't me.
What?
No.
Who was that?
Who are you talking about?
The Radical Reviewer.
Who's that?
You don't know?
No.
He was the guy that, like, hijacked our channel to make a review about Madam Web, saying it was woke.
I think he really was disconnected
That
from
wasn't you?
society.
No.
No, it just looked like him.
It was E.J. Williams, 46.
I knew you
46.
wouldn't have said those things. You wouldn't have
I
said
love
those
Madam
things.
Web.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's
So
camp.
let's start talking about it. Right
Yeah, let's have a conversation about it. All
right.
No,
Welcome-
we're not doing that.
we're
We're
doing
doing
it.
this.
Welcome back to Stacked, everybody. It's the grand reunion episode. We're all back together.
Yeah.
I missed this. I missed this. I'm glad to be back.
I guess.
Everybody's all here. Okay. But as of the time this comes out, the Oscars are just mere days away.
Oh yeah.
So
4.
we thought we'd take the time to sort of put our official stamps on our predictions for this big show. This is gonna be a big show, guys. I feel like
This is a big year.
I feel like
This
there's
is
a,
nice
there's a
year.
lot like I think there's a lot of attention coming to this Oscars.
Yeah, this Oscars is a big one.
It feels like this year that like I don't know. There's like a lot of movies that people have actually seen.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that like the masses like care about.
The people who saw 10 movies a year saw probably 3 or 4 Best Picture nominees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is a lot, so.
And it's a
that's
good thing. Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a fun event. But yeah, we're gonna come today. we're gonna you know
We're going to do what?
we're gonna lay down our predictions,
Yeah.
but also
Our picks.
our picks. So it's gonna be like a little game of should win and will win.
Exactly.
I think
We should definitely say we will not be discussing any snubs or anything. If you want that conversation, we have an episode all for that. 3-4 weeks ago now?
Yeah. Us
Something like that.
reacting to the actual
where
nominations.
we were all angry and screaming into the mics. And
It was bad.
It was really
It was
bad.
really bad.
The set was destroyed.
I liked
Built us
it.
all from
My
scratch.
leg still hurts from that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My heart still hurts from that day.
It was rough.
Shall we?
But
Yeah.
yeah,
But yeah.
let's enough dilly
Let's just
dallying.
go
Which
for it.
Let's dive into it.
what's our first category for the evening?
I say Brandon.
my category.
Yeah, let's
Best
the best Brandon.
let's let the film scientists sort of lead the categories
All right.
here.
So
All right.
I think the first one we should be discussing is supporting actress.
Ooh, all right.
Because it's probably going to be the first award we get that night.
Yeah, it often is, I feel like.
It's always a
so?
supporting actor or something because they're like, we will build up to the lead categories.
But they
later.
need something a little spicy to begin.
yeah.
Spicier. Okay.
All right. Let's go down
Well,
the line.
Who
Let's go
starts?
down
Who
the
starts? Ethan, you
So
want
we are saying what we believe will win and what we would like to win
Exactly.
among what's nominated.
So, okay, let me find out my old ballot here.
Left column.
Come on, man.
Far left
Man, your
column.
eyesight's just going.
Maybe it's
Look at
because he's
that.
wearing
Yeah, that's why
sunglasses.
I'm wearing
aren't
my
working.
round little glasses.
Maybe
I'm
you should
actually
take those
blind.
off.
No, it's too bright.
What?
And he looks cool. Come on.
He looks like
His future's so bright.
My feet just so bright. Guy wears sunglasses. Okay, I found it. Okay, this one's easy, guys.
This is the easiest category.
The easiest category.
It was
I
very
can't
easy.
believe I spent so much time.
should and
You
will
should have
win?
just.
Divine
had
Joy
it-
Randolph,
Yeah.
holdovers, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Should win, will win.
Yeah.
I'm with. Honestly, I think I'm with you on that one.
It's a weak category, so I'm with you.
Not her.
I don't think she's weak.
I don't think she's weak.
I
No,
mean-
I didn't say she was weak. I just said it was a
Said
weak
it was a
category.
weak category.
Yeah, this year.
Okay.
There's not much. It's
I
not a
think the
competitive
competition's
category.
a little lighter on that category this year,
If
especially since how well she's been doing in the awards circuit thus far. Hasn't she like swept all of the supporting
Pretty
actresses
much.
ones?
Yeah.
it's crazy. I mean, I just think she gives like the most human performance out of all those. Like, she's better than Jodie Foster and Naya, that's for sure.
Get back on the water. What are you doing? Hey, come on. I'm sitting on the dock. Got my Diet Coke. Come on. What are you doing?
How?
How? I don't know how. She's a powerful person. In this
But do you guys want to take a second to be like, oh, Like if there wasn't her.
If it wasn't her,
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to deny Emily Blunt.
Yeah, I would
Oh,
throw
yeah.
it to Emily Blunt personally.
I feel like if we were awarding one scene, Emily Blunt's interrogation scene.
In the
very
forest with the interrogation in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And then,
Yeah, that's a great.
but then for the mass breadth of the performance, I would go Divine Joy Randolph as well.
I agree. I'm with you.
All right.
Yeah.
So is that a down the line?
Did
Should
anybody?
win
Is there
Rowan.
anyone who I know we're predicting her? Is there anyone who wouldn't vote for her if you were an Academy
No.
member? Because I would vote for her.
I would.
What we're gonna do for the show for those watching, I'm gonna have like a little
Bubbles.
graphic of everyone's locked in prediction. So are we just divine?
So are you just gonna put a picture of Divine up here?
Whoa!
There's gonna be 4 of her up there.
We're surrounded by Divine Joy.
Yeah.
Why are you punching?
I'm trying to grab it.
Punching.
I'm making this interactive for the viewer.
You do something.
I'm adding realism.
Here, play with it.
Play with it a little. It's like a 3D
sorry.
movie.
Hey, what are you doing there?
What the? What's our next category? Randy?
Best supporting actor. We gotta
Okay.
get that out of the way too.
Chris. you start.
Well, for me, it's RDJ for me.
Should win, will win.
I think he will win, and I'm gonna say should. I wouldn't be like opposed to practically any of the other ones, but for me, I think of the performances there, he was my favorite, and he resonated with me the most.
Okay.
Cool.
How about you guys?
I have a different should win.
Let's hear it.
Wait. Do we all agree that he will win?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Line them up. See,
Okay.
there he is.
There he is. Will
RJ
win.
Will win. He's gonna win.
But our picks are here.
But should win. Ken.
You love
said that so
Gosling.
gently.
Okay. Here's
I love him.
I do not want Ken to win, but comedic performances do not get recognized enough
Agreed.
at the Oscars.
Totally.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So, and he is hilarious in that movie. He's scene stealing in almost every scene he's in.
I just put Ryan Gosling down because like if he did win, I would be like over the moon about it.
He's never won before. He's been nominated two or three times.
Oh, I know.
He knows. He's been keeping track.
Has he only been nominated for his dramatic roles?
Yeah, Half
Yeah.
Nelson and La La Land.
He should have won for The Nice Guys.
But he wasn't.
I don't care who else was nominated that year. No one compares.
I guess we never talked about snubs in previous years.
Oh, sure. Yeah, no.
We should get into that.
Yeah, no.
Let's get into that. Let's talk about the
Starting from 1927. Go.
should
Clark
not have
Gable.
won.
All right, Joe.
Actually, I mean, for the same reasons, I would have gone with Mark Ruffalo.
I
almost would have. He would be my second.
For me, he was such a standout in that movie. For all the reasons we said about Ryan Gosling, and I love him as Ken. But I think Mark Ruffalo really brings like a very like surprisingly nuanced yet extravagant performance to such a wild movie. Like he knew what the task was and he was up to it. So he would be my pick.
My Streetcar Named Desire, like love, like really came out during that. Like,
And we
oh my
also-
God,
we
I was
also-
so happy when I saw that.
We also don't get a lot of villains recognized, I feel like, at the Oscars.
yeah.
It's usually like, and he is a villain in that movie.
Totally.
Yeah.
He's a petty loser villain.
And he's so
hilarious.
good at it.
You sound like
Yeah.
Trump when you say that. He's a petty loser villain. Mark Ruffalo. He believes in climate change. He goes to the rallies. He's a loser villain.
No, that's just him in real life.
I know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I also just love Mark Ruffalo.
I love him.
It'd be cool
Mark's
to see
great.
him win.
And he should have won for Spotlight. Anyway.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Anyway, so should win, will win. Everybody is pretty much the same except for Ethan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Ken.
And wait.
No,
No,
I'm
you're
on Downey.
You're on Downey.
Downey.
I'm on
All right.
Okay.
All right. Next one. All right. We're gonna go into less desirable categories. They're meaningful.
Less design. No, all categories
No,
are
these
meaningful.
ones are useless.
I love the text. I love the text. Let's
All
talk
right.
text.
All right. All right.
Or whatever it is.
Costume design.
Costumes. All right. What do we got?
Okay.
Who-
So we'll win down the line, and then we'll go with our should wins.
Okay.
all right.
You.
My prediction is Barbie.
Yeah.
Will win.
I agree.
Okay, I agree. Barbie.
I agree.
I think Killers will win.
What?
Killers will win. All right.
I think
Wow.
Killers will win.
And
think
I
they'll go for
love
the
I
historical
love
side.
the costumes.
No,
in
yeah,
Killers.
I think it's
Yeah.
excellent, and I think they. If I had to take it, I'm just taking a guess here, but I think they might go for the historical aspect of that.
Ooh, interesting.
They usually do go for that.
They love for histor.
They don't like modern stuff.
But there is some historical stuff in Barbie.
No, absolutely,
Because there's like
absolutely.
they adapted like
Outfits.
the actual outfits
Yeah.
from the toys.
You're
No,
right.
yeah, I agree with that, but I do think like the Academy would be a bit more stirred, let's say,
Right.
the setting of that time and just like what that is. Yeah, I don't know.
Can I say one thing about Barbie's costumes? It's like it's the one movie where it literally inspired like a fashion trend.
Pink.
But like not only that, but just the outfits in that movie. Like,
Well,
people were dressing up.
If I'm looking at it and it's like we're talking about the most, like we talked about last Oscar episode, the breadth of work is definitely there, although like you can argue that there are actually a lot of like normal looking outfits in that movie, and if we're rewarding it for like the small pot, it makes sense because it's like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
But it's not my pick.
And what's your pick?
Poor Things.
Poor Things, yeah.
Poor
I
Things.
just think
Absolutely Poor Things.
it's outstanding period work, but it's also like really
Fantasy-esque?
yeah,
Kinda
it's
yeah.
weird, you know, like
Yeah.
there's a lot of flowing outfits and stuff like that, which I really like, and it's like everybody in that movie is dressed like crazily. I love Gerard Carmichael's look in that movie.
Oh, yeah.
His like little spectacles.
Yeah, I
like,
love his
Ethan's
spectacles.
wearing.
All of Emma Stone's dresses in that.
Yeah.
Gorgeous stuff.
And she goes through so many costume changes.
Yeah,
I feel like.
beautiful.
What about you guys?
My pick is Barbie. I thought that's actually I don't want to spoil anything, but in terms of awards, that's actually the one thing I do have Barbie up for in terms of my
Really?
own pick. Yeah, I don't know, the costumes just, I think even not ignoring like production design, cinematography, all the other visual elements, I think what really makes that movie pop are the costumes and what makes it memorable.
You're not wrong.
So that would be my vote.
That's my should win as well. was
Okay.
Barbie. I just thought it looked amazing.
Yeah,
right.
it was fun.
All right.
Colors.
Well, let's jump from costume design to production design.
All right,
This is a big
let's
one.
do it.
All right. I have my prediction, and I don't know if it's a hot take. I'm thinking Poor Things is going to win this one.
Me too.
What do you guys got?
I'm torn, but I think I'm leaning Poor Things.
Okay.
My prediction is also Poor Things.
Okay.
I just
Not
think
a hot take.
such an
I don't know.
inventive
It's just it's
looking thing.
exactly. It's unique. It's original and like
It's the whole movie.
it's like okay. I don't want to
entire
like
world.
pin Barbie versus Poor Things, but like Barbie at least had like 60 years of reference to draw from when like for Poor Things they were kind of just they made all that up from scratch essentially.
It was like Victorian era stuff.
With like a German
Cyber
Yeah.
twist to
with
it, you know?
what steampunk.
Steampunk,
A lot of
yeah.
steampunk influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's such an interesting combination. So that's my prediction, but it's also what I want.
Yeah, me too.
I just love it.
It's also my pick.
So good.
my what I want is Barbie. Because I saw like the behind the scene docs and like how they created like those giant dollhouses and they use miniatures.
Yeah, crazy.
I mean, Poor Things did as well. Poor Things used miniatures.
So did
but-
Oppenheimer.
Is that what you're picking? No. Oh, thank God.
No, I'm sticking with it for
I love.
Poor Things.
I love the look of Barbie.
Both are very impressive.
Yeah.
But
I won't be angry with either.
yeah.
Well,
Both are very impressive.
I just
not an
think
angry
again, Barbie is like it's got that real world section, and that like production design is so boring.
Well, it's also
It's meant
just
to
well,
kind of
maybe
reflect
that's the
the-
point. Yeah,
Maybe
because it's
that's
like the real world. It's the blandness of the real world versus.
I think I'd rather recognize the whole thing rather than just like a little part, even though they
No,
ran
but
out of
that
paint.
it's recognizing that they intentionally designed it to be boring.
I
I
guess
think
you're
so.
right. I guess you're
think
right.
it's the juxtaposition. Like even minimalist production design is still a choice.
All right.
What? What are you laughing about?
You did the.
Oh yeah, zoom in on that.
You love my eyes.
You got me.
I'm very expressive sometimes.
You are. You have
sometimes.
expressive
sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. I know we've got makeup and hair.
Makeup and hair.
I mean, Barbie's not here. We've already talked about that, but what do
Okay.
we think should win? Or will win?
Will
sorry.
win. I think Poor Things will win this one.
I think
But I have a very different pick for
this
for
is
show.
tough.
if I'm
This is a
being
tough one.
honest in terms of prediction, I think this is where they're going to give Maestro.
Maestro.
I
Honestly,
think
could
they're
see
gonna
that.
do it.
I could see that.
I
giving-
think they're going to
'cause
do
you
it.
You can't lie. It is very impressive.
And
how they
also,
transformed him.
he's on screen the whole
All the
time.
time.
Like you have to look at his makeup job the entire time.
You oughta
like
look
you
at
have
Ugly
to.
Mug.
You have to look at.
Ugly
You
Mug.
can't look away from the dude. So like, I don't know. I think they're gonna give it to Maestro.
I also think they're going to give it to Maestro. Nobody saw Golda except me.
Wait, why?
What?
I saw it.
You saw,
Saw
Golda?
Golda?
Yes.
What'd you think?
Cool.
It's a cool movie.
Good makeup.
Do you think it's
How's
going to
the
win?
makeup?
No,
Oh, what's going to win?
I'm not allowed to talk about snubs. So
It was actually awesome.
I said Poor Things
Will
should
it?
and will.
Okay.
Should and will.
So to
Because like Look at Willem Dafoe.
I love the work on Willem
you
Dafoe.
know,
But he's
And,
like the
It's very unique.
like all the hairstyles. It's like kind of like Victorian, but also kind of like science fiction-y, you know. I just thought it was really cool and unique.
okay. So 2 Maestro, 2 Poor Things.
Yeah.
I think actually what should win is probably Society
I
of the
agree.
Snow.
That's my
Well, that's my pick as well for what I would
sure.
vote for.
Really?
Is
I would go for
Society.
Society of Snow.
Yeah.
You guys explain your reasons.
Well, I think just like how the graphic imagery of that. Of that
Graphics.
The graphics.
Really cool
Just like all of
graphics.
the scarring, like all of the
It's the
prosthetics,
slow
all of the
decay
design.
of
Yeah, just
humanity.
like seeing like how like you can see like their faces like flush throughout the movie, and
Yeah.
you see like they get like so skinny, and you like it all plays so well to me.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
And the hairs are like
Yeah.
fading from their body.
And it adds to the believability of the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
it really does.
the makeup like really does a lot of the heavy lifting and making you believe like, wow, these characters are actually going through all this.
Because Poor Things is like, it's got moments. Like Willem Dafoe's great. His makeup's fantastic, but he's not unrecognizable. And the hairstyling is good, but it's not something that I think takes like the cake for why I love the movie. I think Society of the Snow, like it's baked into one of the reasons why I like that movie so much. It's so
The
effective.
transformations.
Yeah.
I agree.
Exactly.
I see it.
All right.
Would you count those the skinny ass legs at the end? Is that part of makeup and hair?
I was thinking about that. Like, what does this like consist of? Does it consist of like prosthetics and stuff like that?
Prosthetics.
For-
There could
for,
have
like,
been
the whole
visual
body?
effects for that too.
Maybe. I think we just focus on the face too much. Next, the toughest category, in my opinion.
Okay.
VFX.
This is a tough one. This is a tough one.
VFX. All right. Predictions to start. Let's go down the line. Let's focus on predictions.
Okay.
Well, my prediction is going to be a manifestation.
Ah.
Lord,
Should and will.
should and will Godzilla -1. Please.
Yeah.
I would be a happy little camper. And because this is pretty tough cuz like
These are all good.
they're all good, but there's not really like an Oscar standout. You know, they usually go for like there's like one that's like, oh yeah, like that's what the
There's no
Academy-
Avatar.
That's the one the Academy.
It's either nominated for Best Picture and it gets a VFX nom, or it's like a prestige movie that deserves it. But arguably, Napoleon, which is that nom, it's the worst.
like
VFX,
if
I'm
Oppenheimer was
sorry.
there, I'd be like, okay, that's gonna win.
Yeah.
But it's not. So I'm just gonna pray every night before bed that Godzilla -1. Pray to whoever's listening out there.
Well, Ethan, you're not alone in your prediction because I also predict that Godzilla -1's going to take it just because I think there is a considerable amount of goodwill towards it. And I think this is an opportunity for the Academy to give it something, give it an award. And also, it is pretty impressive what they were able to pull off on a rather small scale film.
Yeah.
So I think I'm going to go with it as my prediction.
What I think will win is Guardians.
Oh.
But I think Godzilla -1 deserves to win.
Okay.
Okay.
What about you, Brandon?
Want and will win The Creator.
Okay.
Really?
I
See,
have
I can get behind that.
it, not just because it won a lot of precursors, but I actually think the VFX work in that is super seamless. Like, whereas there are moments during Godzilla -1 where I look at Godzilla and I go, it could be like great CG, or it could be like, because he's so emotionless. And I know he's a creature, but like I want to see the anger, in his face more. Whereas I'm looking at The Creator and it blends in so realistically with its like live action environment.
Yeah.
And honestly, I think more people saw it, which
Yeah.
is why I'm thinking The Creator.
Well, it's interesting you bring that up because Chris and I actually saw a friends and family screening of The Creator back months before it was released. So we got to see what the previs version of that movie looks like, and it's pretty transformative.
Yeah,
like it really does add so much to that movie and to that story. Okay. Unfortunately, it's not my pick though. My pick is Guardians. Just because I mean, literally, what arguably the lead of that movie is Rocket, which is a fully CG character, and you have to connect to that character in order to be invested in that movie, and you 100% do.
Yeah.
So for that reason, Guardians would be my pick for VFX.
All right. We're got to go to these shorts. And I know,
The shorts.
I know.
Which category are we doing first?
Live action. Why not?
Okay.
I ain't seen a damn thing.
Short. Yeah.
Too bad. X.
Well, you know, some Academy members. Well, this is what I'll say. You could still predict, or you could still vote, because some Academy members don't watch movies but still vote.
Yeah.
True.
So,
So
I'm
is there
gonna- I'm
any
gonna
title
key
that
out
sounds
Chris.
good?
From
yeah,
the-
you're gonna key them out, put a block.
Live
over
action
it. Yeah,
shorts.
do it really easily too.
You know what? I'm gonna throw him a bone because I've been dogging on him. Henry Sugar.
Henry Sugar.
This one's for you, Wes.
That's what I voted too, because it's the only one I've seen. So that's my should and will win.
Okay. Henry Sugar is my prediction for winning. It isn't my should, but it's my prediction. I just think it's Wes's time to shine. I think he's due. I think it is a very solid short. I do enjoy it quite a bit. I think it's like it fits his style perfectly, and I think it's just a good opportunity to reward him. So that's going to be my prediction. My pick, however, is a film, and this is also kind of a shout out just because it is a little under the radar, is a movie called Night of Fortune. It's a Danish film, very dry, very subtle, but I think it's just a great exploration of grief. And I got a kick out of it. So that'd be my personal pick.
I liked it. But I'm predicting Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar as well to win. I think across the board, it's just like it's Wes Anderson's year. And it's sad that it has to be for short film.
Maybe it's the Academy's
No,
way of
I don't think
apologizing
it
for
is,
their
because-
fucking thing for Asteroid.
I mean, he's been doing shorts for a while. It's
Yeah,
just
yes.
like
His H&M.
I
ad is
think
so
this
good.
isn't his best short even.
neither.
I think he truly deserves this one.
Okay.
Like just the way he's been able to like his past films, he's been like adapting different mediums into
Yeah.
cinema, and this was like a one-act play,
It was.
Okay.
Yeah.
you know? And I was so like amazed about how they were able to like pace how like characters would monologue, how the sets would change.
Yeah.
You know? I thought it was spectacular.
It's vaudevillian, but it's not my choice.
Vaudevillian.
What's your choice?
Red, White, and Blue,
Hmm.
which I know Joey does not like. He thinks it's okay. He gave it a 2.5.
I was into it. I'm not going to spoil anything because there is a very big twist in this movie.
Yeah.
I was on board until the twist.
I think subject matter wise, that's interesting to me, and that's why I think it should win. But I get why a lot of people don't like it. I think it's a very like dark turn.
What's
It's
the
a-
twist?
We're not telling you
Wow.
This is
unless you
spoiler
watch the
free.
movie.
I want to know.
Get over it.
You should watch it. You still have some time.
Yeah.
Because we're recording this like 2 weeks out, so you still have plenty of time to
Yeah,
watch the
11
shorts.
days. Get
Okay.
okay. Anyway, but yeah, that one.
Right
I just really liked it.
Okay.
So
Fair enough. To each their own.
all right, next one.
All right. What's the next
What's
one?
the next one?
Documentary short.
Doc Short. All right. What do I have here?
Here comes my hottest take.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you
right,
seen
yeah,
these?
I-
Wait,
I-
did you
I
actually
know
watch
this
these?
one.
Did you watch these?
I've only seen one.
Oh, yeah?
And
Oh, here
all
we go.
you
Let's
needed.
hear it. Bring
No,
it. Do it. Do it.
This isn't even just like as a joke. I would be like, I would not be surprised if they like vote for it.
Then say it.
The ABCs of book banning. It is one of the funniest things
It is
I've
fun.
ever
Oh,
seen
my God.
nominated for an Oscar. But I feel like people would be like, oh yes, like let's vote for it. You know, like yes. And I'm just like, yeah. The message is like
Obvious.
No one's going to
Obvious.
disagree with that message except for, well,
hicks.
yeah,
dumb people.
exactly.
Books are bad.
Books, yeah. Man, we don't want. No,
It's-
actually, I want to ban these books. I don't like them all that much. So, but like, I think people would just be like, "Yes, I'm glad someone's saying it."
Would
Yeah.
and should win, huh?
Well, it's the one he's seen, so.
No, I
He
think
has
the
no-
one that should win is Nine Eye and Wipo. Just because I love Sean Wong and I love Dee Dee.
It's
And
really
I'm rooting
great.
for the guy.
It is really great.
And that one I do want to watch soon.
Joey's
Yeah.
seen all of them.
I have seen them all. My pick for what will win and should win do align, and I think it's going to be The Last Repair Shop. I think it's an absolute delight. I think it's such a. What do you?
He's doing it, not me. I'm laughing
What
at
is?
him.
What is
He's going.
Okay, so this documentary short, it's about a musical instrument repair shop that fixes instruments for the local schools in LA, for free of charge. And
It's a
it's
public thing.
delightful. You get some really great storytelling in it, and it ends with just one of the most beautiful like musical sequences I've actually seen in film.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's so uplifting. I think everyone's gonna get a kick out of it, and not only that, I think it has the largest marketing budget because I've seen FYC campaigns all over LA for it.
When was the last time you saw FYC campaigns for a short?
The boy, the fox, the mole, the bear, and
that
the
one.
whatever.
And
last
that
year.
won.
Yeah, last year. So
So, but also it's an LA thing. So
it is an LA thing, but this is where most of the voters are.
I really want that to win, but I don't think it will.
What do you think will win?
I think 99 Po's gonna win.
I don't know.
It's short.
It is.
It's wholesome.
Yeah.
They love family stuff, and it's a great one. If
I wouldn't be upset if it won.
those are my top two.
Yeah.
I also wouldn't be surprised if ABC's book banning poll didn't win either, but I'm not. I really don't want it to. I really don't want it to. That those other two are just so beautiful and human, and I don't know.
I'll say that I like 3 of 5 of them. I actually like really love and would be happy to see any of them win.
Yeah.
But that's just where my personal
Shout out
pick is.
Barber of Little Rock.
It's really good. That one's
Chris?
really good.
What about you?
I
Chris?
haven't seen a single one.
Yeah.
No, make a prediction.
Yeah. You're an Academy voter.
Island in Between, because that's a cool title.
That's
Okay.
Honestly,
You would like
I'm
that
not
one.
gonna lie. Thematically, I think that's the one you would connect with the
So
most.
let's run it down before we go to the next category. ABCs.
Should and would the last repair shop.
Will 99 Po.
Island in Between.
Next category. All right, let's finish these shorts.
Okay.
We've all seen them.
off.
Animated.
Animated short.
Okay.
Wait, have we? Yes, we have.
We are.
Yes, we have.
We have.
Because you just watched them today. That's right.
I went
job.
to see him yesterday.
All right. Who wants to start? Ethan.
Okay.
Let's hear it. Would and should.
I feel like Letter to a Pig is gonna win. Letter to a Pig, I think, is like I feel like
I
that
agree.
is like Academy fare. You know.
And I don't
It's
think
also
it's
very
bad.
transparent. The style's
I
very
don't
cool.
think it's bad. I don't think it's appropriate right now. If that makes any
Which
sense.
is a whole
Which
rabbit
is-
hole.
But that's a whole rabbit hole. I don't want to get into it.
Yeah. But I get it. I get it though.
You mean
I get
it's
it.
a touching story. Yes, it's tragic.
And
but
it's beautiful. It's
considering who it was made by and anyways.
it's a touchy subject right now.
But the 95 census, Salt Lake City Film Society, represent. Go to the Broadway, go to the Tower, support your movies. Actually, you can't go to the Tower right now; it's closed. But go to the Broadway, support movies, volunteer there. 95 census, love that one.
Cool. Yeah. My pick is also 95 Senses. I love that one. And also I just want the Napoleon Dynamite director to be an Academy Award winner. I think that would be amazing. But my vote is actually not that one. I'm going to go with War is Over. And for 3, I think that's going to be the will win. That's my, and for 3
my
reasons.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past you.
3 reasons. Well, look, can I explain my 3 reasons?
Yeah, go ahead.
One,
Not really.
like fucking people love the Beatles and John Lennon, his music, and that's a very recognizable song. People are gonna love it. 2, it's like
Yoko,
such a
man.
blanket statement on war that like, yeah, anybody can get behind. Like the sentiment behind it is like, is it oversimplified? Yes, but it's like incredibly agreeable. And then 3, Peter Jackson is involved, and he's a big name.
It's just goofy.
I don't know. I thought it was saccharine but effective.
I love saccharine use in film. I mean, one of my favorite movies is About Time. So, will win and should win. Letter to a Pig. I know it's problematic.
You think it should win? That was your pick.
I think it's got a great animation style.
The animation is fucking amazing.
It is good.
It's
It's unique.
if we're taking it about remembering the Holocaust, I think it's a very effective.
Yeah.
Out of context, it's a great film.
Yeah.
But just having seen it in this past month.
Yeah.
It's a rough time.
If you would have watched it 6 months ago, I think it's a clear favorite. I get the problematicness behind it, but if I had to go with the number 2,
problematic's a hard word. I don't know.
I think
You know?
95 Senses is the easy follow up.
I love 95
It's
Senses.
really good.
It's just
What do
fantastic.
you got?
For me, if I had to guess which one would win, it would probably be Letter to a Pig.
Yeah.
I think second follow up to if it would win would be Our Uniform, just because those two I think have the most inventive animation style.
I really love
Because those are the
our
only
uniform.
two
It
of
was
the
super
3
fun.
that did mixed media, which I think is something you can really only do in animation. You can't really do that with live action.
When I was researching who would be on the short list for when we were doing the predictions video, I thought our uniform, it had the lowest odds to get in, but I looked up the animation style and I was like, wow, this could get in. And then I remember Oscar nomination morning being like, oh yeah,
Yeah.
I should have predicted
Yeah.
it. It's just so unique. Like I've never seen a film use stop motion like that. You know what I mean?
It's pretty fantastic.
All right.
Wait, I haven't done which one I want to
Oh,
win.
sorry.
What do you want to
My
win?
bad.
I want 95 Senses to win.
Hey.
It was the only one of the 5 that I actually connected to.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
It was really
can we,
touching.
let's run it down. So, Pig. What's yours?
Are we predict? This is
These are
predictions.
I'm all-
War
yeah,
is
we'll always do this with
prediction.
our locked-in predictions.
Prediction. War is over.
Okay.
Let her do a pig.
Let her big.
Okay.
All right.
What's next, Brandon?
Sound.
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 Okay.
Oh, this is
Can I
like.
start this one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
please.
go ahead.
Sound. Okay. I think in my eyes, this is a pretty clear will win for Oppenheimer, but I think Zone has a very fair chance,
Yeah.
and it's what I would pick.
I'm
Because
same page.
for me, even though I think technically speaking, Oppenheimer is the most impressive on a technical level. They did a lot of amazing shit with that. But I think on an artistic level, Zone of Interest used sound the most in the most fascinating way. Yeah, and that's why Zone would be my personal pick. But I believe Oppenheimer will win this one.
Yeah, like by the book, Oppenheimer like was incredible with sound.
Yeah.
But what Zone of Interest does is not by the book. You know, it's like very abstract and unique.
Yeah.
And for that, I was just like so blown away by it. That's what I want to win, but I have a feeling that Oppenheimer is going to.
I think it's like how Quiet Place sort of use sound because it's utilizing background noises and silence a lot more than it's utilizing overt sound design and mixing.
Yeah,
To be
I
honest,
see that. Yeah.
and it's using sound to imply things that you don't see and imply really scary things. You know, that I don't feel like a lot of films usually do.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm on the same page. Yeah, my prediction is Oppenheimer. My choice is Zone of Interest because, and I'll just say what Jonathan Glazer said, it's a movie about what you don't see. And what you don't see is done completely through the sound design. That movie is sound design. So that would be my pick.
Yeah.
Brandon,
Are you?
it's certainly an inspired nomination, but it's not my pick to win.
What
What's
is
your
it?
pick? Is it Oppie?
Yeah, I think Oppenheimer's sound is just. When I was in the theater for that, I saw it in IMAX.
No, yeah, I don't blame you. Man.
and
That
it's
shit was
just-
I saw it on IMAX twice.
I saw it in IMAX as well.
I'm not discrediting Oppenheimer. I'm
Watched
just
it on my
saying.
phone.
Yeah. no, you,
You
didn't.
didn't.
Shut up.
No way.
while I was in the IMAX theater,
Yeah. Yeah. While eating your popcorn.
Subway Surfer.
But yeah, I mean, there is that scene though where Oppenheimer is dealing with the guilt of his actions, and that was some of the most incredible sound design I've seen.
Not
Yeah.
just sound design, mixing. I
Yeah,
just think
sound mixing,
Visual,
editing.
dude. The
conceptualizing.
Okay, I won't get it.
There's-
I'll bring this up in cinematography.
there's a reason why this is going to be the front runner for a lot of these awards this year.
Yeah.
And you can talk about the inspired nature of Zone of Interest, and I by far think that's the best element of the film. But Oppenheimer is where I rest my case.
Okay.
It's just so
Okay.
good.
It's fair.
So,
It's fair.
Oppenheimer
Yeah.
down the line.
Yeah, for
Oppenheimer
prediction, yeah.
predictions. And
Damn.
yeah.
You're right. This is like a fairly easy year.
This year, it's an
I'm
easy
sorry
to
that we're all
predict
sort of
year.
like we've agreed on a lot of things, but like,
The picks is the fun part.
yeah.
The picks is when we get saucy.
All right. Score.
Score.
Oh,
What a
All
mess.
right.
All right.
This is a mess this year.
listen to last episode for us to complain about that. Let's actually predict these things.
Oppie. I think Oppie's gonna win this
Yeah.
one.
Oppie.
Ludwig
Yeah.
did cook on this one.
It's his best work he's ever done.
Yeah, I think it's his best work. Would you disagree, Brandon?
Why is he
Oh,
quiet?
You love
are you
Oppenheimer.
picking Indiana Jones?
Yeah, dude. He's
Yeah,
a
he
John
is.
Williams stan.
No, I hate to I'm just trying to draw out some tension, and I think Will and should win Oppenheimer. Nothing comes close. It's like
Yeah.
Poor Things is weird and quirky and such, but
All right, now what's your spicy sauce you want?
My pick is actually Killers of a Flower Moon for score.
it's.
I know,
Yeah.
I know. We walked out of the movie, and both Ethan and my girlfriend Tori, who we saw it with, both weren't crazy about the score. I disagree. I think that score acts as like a beating drum that draws the tension throughout that entire film. And also, Robbie Robertson is like one of my favorite musicians. His music I was raised on because my dad's a huge fan of the band and that era of like 60s music. So like he's just a musical figure that means a lot to me, and I think his work here is like truly exceptional. So I really love Killer Score, and that
Was
would
this
be
a
my pick.
posthumous nomination?
Yes, because he passed away.
Okay. Poor Things is unique, but
I love Poor Things Score too.
American Fiction's unique. It's just like there's better stuff, you know. And Oppenheimer is just like outstanding.
True that.
I like indie. No, I
John Williams for the win.
I'm on Train Ludwig all the way for this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Next category: song.
Originals.
Okay. I don't feel particularly strong about any
I'm
of these
picking the
ones.
flaming hot song.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good.
No, I'm going.
I'm just Ken.
That's should win, but I think what I'm made for.
Yeah, same here. I think Billie Eilish and Phineas are they're just too popular.
I agree with that.
Yeah, I think they will win, but I think Song of My People should.
So
Well, then again, I could see them going back that way too. I don't know.
I got a weird tangent. Why is his name Phineas? Isn't it her brother?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's just his name's just Phineas.
Well, it's like a stage name.
You
You
don't
know?
think he has
I
a
know.
last
But
name?
Is
Sure.
Eilish their real last name?
I don't know.
Is it?
I don't know.
Eyelash.
A lot of questions.
It is?
Oh, Ange knows.
Okay, we're getting a signal from one of our
I
producers.
saw a little like an inchworm finger.
Yes,
come
it
up.
is the real. So Phineas Eilish and Billie Eilish. That's their names.
All right, the more you know.
But yeah, they're gonna win.
Should
Cool.
win. I'm just Ken, man.
Yeah,
it's so
I love
good.
it.
I will say, of the performances, that's the one I'm most excited to see.
I'm
too.
excited
Yeah.
for the Killers of the Flower Moon song, and I'm just Ken. The rest, I'm like, the John Baptiste song from American Symphony did not deserve a nomination. That song is so annoying. I'm sorry. It's just, it never went away.
Let's hear it. Come on, keep going.
It never. He just says that like
It never went
for
away.
3 minutes, and I'm
Ooh.
like,
Chris
all right.
Pine is gonna stand up crying.
I'm that
Yeah.
gif of that baby.
It's like a song that they should sing during the in memoriam.
Oh, really? Well, what if they do? No, they won't.
That would be
no,
so
they won't.
crazy.
That'd be
Anyway.
insane.
Okay.
Okay.
Next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, did we run down the line? Yeah, we did. Sorry.
Yeah, we did.
Film editing.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Oppie.
Oppie.
Should and will.
Nope.
I think it will and should.
Because how do you make a 3-hour drama about
Physics.
physics like go by in an instant?
Yeah.
Editing.
It's pretty impressively paced.
I mean, I agree it's impressively paced, and it would be my number 2 if it weren't for my number 1 pick.
What's your number one?
Anatomy.
Anatomy of a Fall.
Ooh.
It's so meticulously edited because they do things in that movie that are specifically like editing choices, like not showing the main fight.
Yeah.
And that's a sound thing too. And if it's not getting recognized in a sound category, it's recognized here. And not only that, it's like they choose to deliver they choose to deliver audience information and show things in a way that makes you feel certain ways about the characters from scene to scene. And I think that is more complex and intrinsic than just pacing. Oppenheimer's pacing is great for 3 hours, and I think it definitely deserves it for jumping back and forth between fission and fusion. Those two timelines, I guess.
Yeah.
But I just can't overlook Anatomy of a Fall here. It's so terrific.
I agree with everything. But my pick's still with Oppenheimer though. But I agree with everything you say. I love Anatomy as well.
Yeah, it's good.
So I both of them are exceptional, but I think should and would have to be Oppenheimer this year.
Christopher.
I'm same as Joey. I also very much agree with you, Brandon.
Yeah.
But Oppenheimer riveted me.
That's one of the easier ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Cinematography.
All right, everyone, shut the fuck up.
Chris, go ahead.
Okay.
Have at it.
This one I think is pretty easy to predict. Even though all of these films, I have not seen El Conde, so I can't speak too much on that.
El
But
Conde.
I think Oppenheimer is the very clear winner here. Not just because it is the most like visually striking of. Well, you could also say the same about Poor Things. But I think the reason that I would tip this in Hoyta's favor is because it is the only film of what's nominated this year that invented something this year.
That's true.
The Academy for cinematography always seems to go with the film that creates something new and pushes the cinematography medium. They invented. They not only used rear projection for this. Remember the scene in that basketball area where like he was giving his like post drop speech, you know? And then he has that kind of vision.
Yeah.
The background. Did you notice like how the background kind of like rattles with him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
they used projection for that, like literally like a screen, which I thought was really cool.
It's photoreal.
Yeah, which I thought was amazingly done. But the thing they invented the world's first black and white IMAX film stock, which does not exist.
Whoa.
That is very hard to do. Black and white is much harder to shoot on than color because contrast is a lot harder to get.
Yeah.
And Hoyta had to pull together a whole like team of like chemists to pull that off. And yeah, they invented a whole new film stock. And also, mind you, film stocks are very, very limited nowadays. There are really only 2 film stocks that exist now. There used to be hundreds. It's Kodak and IMAX. That's it.
And when they were developing IMAX as a technology, I mean, that was like, a lot of people were just like,
What the fuck is?
Yeah,
it
they're
was
like,
what's the point of this?
yeah, they're
But now
shooting in
it's like,
color. But
Yeah.
all right.
That's why I thought it. But do you guys have any strong feelings about this one?
I'm team Oppie all the way. Should and will. That was incredible.
Well, okay, yeah, Oppenheimer's an easy prediction. It isn't my personal pick. My personal pick is actually Maestro.
Oh,
I-
Batik.
Well, here's the thing. I talked about this in our nominations reaction video, but a thing he does is as we go through Bernstein's life, he replicates the look of different film stocks to show like what time period we're in. I don't think we see a single title card that showed the year. And I think that film, in terms of like what it contributed to the story, was what was most striking to me of this crop. I think all the technical elements you just described about Oppenheimer are so impressive, and I don't even think this is something to point at Hoyt. Like, I don't think this was his creative decision, but there were a few cinematography decisions in Oppenheimer that personally I found a little jarring and took me out of it.
You found it offensive.
The aspect ratio jumping like randomly like kind of took me out.
You're just
multiple
gonna get
times.
that with like,
And I think that might have been a Nolan decision.
yeah.
I think that, but it's still the image. It's still affecting the image I'm looking at. So personally, I think Oppenheimer's incredibly impressive. It's should. I'm not gonna disagree with it. But my personal pick would be Maestro. I think Libatik's work on that is just really outstanding and beautiful.
I think you're easily distracted.
Oh my God. It took me out of the movie. That's a distraction.
All right. Yeah, sure.
Easily distracted.
All right.
Oh my God.
My prediction is Oppenheimer.
Do you want it to win too?
No, I want Poor Things to win.
I honestly would be down.
I-
I'd be down.
Poor
for
Things
it.
is great.
I
Yeah.
love the cinematography in that movie.
It is.
You love a
gorgeous.
good fisheye lens.
I do.
You do.
I
You
really
You
do.
You
love
kind of
a
look
lie.
like you were shot.
Both
on a
you and Joey.
I look like I was shot on 0.5 my whole life.
big ass head.
But I really love the switch between color and black and white in that movie. I love the colors. I know it's like a pretty shallow reasoning, but I
it's
mean,
beautiful.
for me, I think it does have some good framing. I think my Maestro's not saying a bunch other than time period. So
I think it's saying a lot. Like there was like multiple images that I think really like showed the emotion of where they were at in their relationship.
yeah, emotion.
That's what. all right. I don't want to.
Sassy with you
Yeah,
today. What did you do to
It's
him?
just this category. It's just this category.
No.
He's mad at me.
All right.
I want Okonde. I want Okonde to
Okay,
win.
so is it Oppenheimer?
For
Across
predictions.
the board?
Predictions, yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Pretty easy to predict.
I think I'm going to be the only one that has something to say about this one. Documentary feature.
That's not
Yeah,
true. I got something to say about it.
All right, what?
I haven't seen him.
I'm with you there.
I've seen one, and apparently it's the weakest one.
It is.
I saw Bobby Wine, the people's president.
It is probably the most uplifting, which is kind of sad.
Yeah,
because
but
it's still a sad movie.
It is. It is.
So-
It's a heavy crop of nominees this year. I was
Yeah.
even just looking at the description, like all of them are like very heavy.
I think should and will win is 20 Days in Mariupol, regardless of how you feel about the Ukraine-Russia situation, like where you fall on. It's one of the most visceral documentaries I've ever seen in my life.
That's what I've heard.
I cried, and I usually don't cry in movies. You guys know this. It's very hard for me to get emotional.
How hard you cry?
Pretty
can you-
hard.
can you recreate it
No,
now?
I can't. I'm not a good actor, man.
It was
yeah,
like,
man. It's not a good actor, man.
Yeah,
Don't
back
try
off,
to.
man.
I'm not
Back
trying
off.
to fake emotion for the
Can't-
camera.
It was a. It was more like a.
That.
Yeah, like a
more
stoic
that.
cry.
More like a stoic cry. But
Stoic
it was
cry,
just
one
like,
single
it was
tear.
I, I felt it in my heart, my
bones.
chest.
I got
and
you.
it like really shattered me. And honestly, I can't wait to rewatch it. because I'm like,
Really?
I really
wanna
was
cry
taken
again?
with it. I was
Damn.
taken with it as a vision. Does
right.
anybody have any prediction though?
That's my should and will.
That's
Just
my-
'cause
Should and
I
will.
read your review and I was like, oh, that sounds intense.
Yeah. And it's also just a subject matter that people
Timely.
are very following
Especially
up.
the Academy.
What was the one that won all the techs last year? The war movie.
All
Quiet.
on the Western
After
fucking
seeing
front, bro.
that performance last year, we know where the Academy stands with that
movies,
conflict. So
yeah.
I think that's my prediction for the doc.
What's your prediction, Chris?
Same 20 days.
Okay.
So-
Ba, 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 ba.
Yeah, cool. All right, Brandon, what's our next category?
Animated feature.
All right, I think this is pretty easy.
I know what shouldn't win.
Yeah.
What shouldn't win? Let's hear what shouldn't win.
Nimona and Elemental.
Wait,
I'm fine with any of this.
Wait, why?
seen
Whoa,
homophobic over here.
whoa.
We got a homophobe over here.
Wait, what?
Transphobe over
I
here.
want to hear what the beef is with both those. Because
Nimona I haven't seen.
Shouldn't is like
Elemental, boring, basic, didn't care. That's it.
I liked Elemental.
We know.
I liked.
I
it.
liked Elemental too.
I liked. It.
I liked it.
I don't think it should
Did
win.
nothing with its world. Didn't
but-
need a conflict in the end.
I
didn't have
enjoyed
And
it.
I thought
well, it didn't have
Nimona
physical conflict.
was amazing.
I liked
And
Nimona.
and that was like one of the first pieces of like popular media where like it just felt like proudly queer. You
Yeah.
know? And it didn't feel like because you see like the first gay character in like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
Disney, and
It's
it
a corporate
feels-
mandated checklist. Yeah.
Yes, it feels.
And then we
like
can cut it out of the
demographic
movie.
checklist. This was like
Yeah.
it is the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it is like a really cool animated film. And
Yeah.
I thought it was really funny too.
And it felt very genuine and honest and it's a charming film. It
Yeah.
really is. No, absolutely. Yeah. I like it.
but my should and will, Boy and the Heron.
Boy in the
It
Hair.
is-
You think it
is-
will?
Yes. Oh, absolutely it will. I think it absolutely will. It's won everything else.
My prediction is going to be Spider-Verse. I think it's just the populist pick.
I'm gonna be pretty mad if it wins. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, get-
I'm like
get ready.
I like the movie. I think it's great. I'm over it.
Dude, I was over it when I saw it.
I know.
Hot take.
Same
I don't
with
know
you.
if I've opened up on my feelings on either of us because Brandon and I are not big fans of
No,
it.
I
but
love the first one, and I
first one's great.
I think this is a chaotic mess,
I would have to agree. in
and
certain
it's gonna
aspects.
win.
I think it's my prediction.
No, it won most of the awards. Actually, I think the only award it. Yeah, the only
Boy-
award it didn't win was the BAFTA.
Boy in the
No.
Heron won BAFTA and the Golden Globe.
Oh,
It won the
So what are the
Golden
other
Globe.
ones? What are the ones? No, and it won the Annie Award.
no, it didn't win the Annie.
What did Spider-Verse win the Annie?
Yeah. So, and I
Ugh,
just
over it.
I just feel like that is a stronger.
It already won an Oscar.
I know.
This is the
I
first
would
one to-
prefer Boy and the Heron too. I prefer that movie.
I
but-
would
And it's
prefer it.
Miyazaki.
But I
Yeah.
think Spider Verse is gonna win. Did you say what you want?
Nope,
Or what
I haven't
will?
spoken yet.
Okay.
All right,
him
Chris.
speak.
I think Boy and Heron will win. I want Spider Verse to win.
Okay.
He's the Spider Verse defender.
Just
But we haven't said.
Sorry, I like that
haven't said
movie.
my pick.
yeah.
My pick, Robot Dreams. Let's go.
I love that movie.
I love
no,
okay.
no,
No.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
He didn't
whatever.
pick it.
You didn't pick it. But Robot Dreams,
Did
like
you pick it?
Yeah, I did. I think it's amazing.
I thought it was so great. That was by far my favorite.
it's
of the crop.
dialogueless and it's beautiful and it's a unique animation style.
And also, I got to see a Q&A with the director, and just hearing the director's passion for this story, like, it was so infectious, it made me love it even more.
Yeah.
Shout out to Pablo Berger. You
It's-
give a great Q&A.
It's my second pick. It's my runner-up after
Okay.
Boy and the
Oh,
Heron.
okay.
Oh, see, okay, we let him be like, no, we want a little sass on the show. Now he's like, now he's going in.
He's like,
Now, no matter what I say, he's gonna be like, oh, okay.
no, but
big
really
guy.
though, like, how could you not? It's like so unique. Like, I'm sick of picking the same Disney Pixar shit every year.
whoa,
Whoa, someone's getting mad.
You hear that?
I'm gonna like Elemental, Brandon.
Yeah. I do
Both
like it.
Chris and Brandon got mad at this category.
I just think it's
Yeah.
strange that Spider Verse is getting all the acclaim when it's like the least unique. Even the Pixar,
disagree.
it is. It's the least
I mean,
unique.
I just say I'm disagree. I'm not.
Yeah,
why
but
would
why?
you? Why do you? Chris?
disagreeing.
Tell him.
Well, I
Let's hear
think
it.
the story is excellent in that film.
I think the story's pretty good too.
I think that it's a good story, just the execution got muddled for me in the third act.
All right,
Not for me.
whatever.
I just think that it has a really cool metatextual narrative. I think it's cool. It has a better metatextual narrative than the first one, but I just think overall the first one's more. It's like it can stand on its own.
I found it more annoying, if I'm being honest.
I did not like the reference filled
Yeah.
like third act where it's just random cameos of different.
But
I got annoyed.
I know
Were
that's
you
the
annoyed
point.
and overwhelmed?
Well, okay, that's like
Because I'm like, it's supposed to be overwhelming.
I'm not. No, that didn't overwhelm me.
'Cause
The
that's-
references didn't overwhelm me. It was just obnoxious. It kind of
Yeah.
just felt like, yeah, we're just getting applause moments.
Yeah, that's what I've been
Like
feeling.
that's what it felt like. It didn't feel genuine.
To
And
me,
I-
it felt like this is our state in capitalism right now. You know, is that like it's all of this going at you, and Miles Morales is overwhelmed being in this place with all these Spider-Man, all these references, and he's like, no, I'm gonna try to do my own thing, but. Guess you just didn't pick up on that.
No, I just think you. I think you're giving that movie way too much credit.
No,
I think
I'm
you're
with
giving
Ethan.
it.
I'm with Ethan
you're-
on that one.
I don't think it's that.
I
self-aware.
also don't think so because I don't think the studio would like go with that narrative.
I'll concede once we see the third one. I gotta because I'll give you that. Like it just ends.
It's just not.
It just ends, and that's the thing that bugs me the most. And like, it really does depend how this trilogy is gonna pay off. If my like reading of it is correct, because if it just ignores it, then I'm on your side. I'm like, oh, because yeah, that was all.
And I gotta be clear. I didn't hate the movie. I just was.
You just despised it.
I just thought it was terrible. No, I was lower than most on it, but I didn't hate it. There's a lot in there I liked. It's just not personally my favorite.
Okay.
Yeah, but Robot Dreams is great.
We all love that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's maybe that's the most agreeable.
But
maybe it's the most agreeable.
Who do we think will win?
All right, so let's run it down. So I say Boy and the Heron. These are our prediction locks.
I think Spider-Verse is gonna win.
Spider-Verse.
Boy and the Heron.
Weird.
Wow,
Weird.
this is gonna be an interesting race.
Well, no, because it's like
I'm excited.
The people who didn't.
The
like
people who didn't like
Spider-
it think it's gonna win, and
Yeah.
the people who liked it.
Wow, that is
Yeah,
interesting.
All right. International feature.
Oh,
We've seen a fair crop of these.
I've seen all
I've
but
seen
one.
3. I've seen 3.
I've seen 3 as well.
Chris.
Yes, Chris.
I think what will win is Society of the Snow.
That's your prediction for Will.
What?
Yeah, I think so.
Really? Do
I
you
don't-
have a reason?
No,
Oh.
I just think they're gonna go for it.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Zone of Interest.
Yeah, see, because zone of interest is there.
It's-
They always do this. They always throw like one of the best picture winners in this, and you're like, oh, okay. So then like
It's probably gonna be that one.
it's probably gonna be that one.
It's up for picture and director.
And Anime of
Like,
Fall is not an international.
No, France didn't submit it.
They submitted
Right.
the Taste of Things because the director of Anatomy of a Fall criticized Emmanuel Macron.
Really?
Macron.
Really?
What a con.
Moron. What a moron.
Nice. Yeah.
Will win.
Zone of interest is gonna win.
It's gonna,
and that's
yeah.
lame.
So we have 3 predictions for Zone of Interest and then 1 for Society.
Or
No, yeah, I'd probably say. I'm gonna
you're
go
gonna
Society
stick
just
with
to
your
just to
guns.
fuck around with it.
Yeah.
No, I really hope someday that the Academy like does that. Like where like they vote on a film in Best Picture, but then they vote on a different film. Not just to spread the love, but because I actually think that all of the nominees are better than Zone of Interest. I don't know if that's a hot take, but like every single one of them I would have in Best Picture or any of these other categories over it.
Yeah.
And my favorite was Teacher's Lounge. I think
I
that
still
should
gotta
win.
see that.
I know.
And I want to see it.
Well, good luck finding it.
Man, he doesn't want me. You're the one who cares the most about me completing the Oscar nominees, but you're also the one who like doubts me.
No, there's reasons to doubt. That's all.
He's coming at me today.
No, the spice is out today, and I love it.
Yeah.
Should win.
What's your pick?
Perfect Days.
Yeah, it is your favorite.
This dude. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. You like that movie, fucker?
It's like fourth best one on there.
Fourth best. All right. No, you are the guy. You're like, nah, it's an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10.
It is an 8 out of 10. It's a,
You did give it an 8 out of 10.
I did. Joey would give it a 6 out of 10, but
His tummy hurt.
Like 6.5. I wouldn't. It did hurt. Okay, so side note, when I was watching Perfect Days,
wasn't complaining during the
I had
movie.
to fart so bad.
Then do it.
Had such bad gas. There was no way to let it out without it being the loudest thing ever. But I couldn't do that because that's rude and inconsiderate of other people's space.
could
So
go
I
to the
couldn't do
bathroom.
it. So I was uncomfy during that
didn't
movie,
wanna
and that's
shit.
not the best movie to be uncomfy during.
Do you think it shouldn't be rude to fart in the theater?
I think
Because you were doing quotation marks.
no.
so I'm just trying to clear something up.
Here's the thing: if somebody else farted in the movie, I would find it funny.
What about to the?
I
what if the
wouldn't-
person
I
next
wouldn't
to
Or
you
be
it's like when we
disgusted.
saw Mean Girls and that dude just let out that big wet
Yes,
burp.
and it added to the experience, did it not?
I like it.
It was great.
I wouldn't be mad personally, but other people can't.
Fart
speak
and
for them.
protest then. Let's eat a bunch of chili and then go see a movie.
Wait, okay,
I'll rip one with
you're
you.
editing, so just
And y'all are, if you are true stacked heads, you know what sound effect is going to go on there. Yeah,
that felt nice.
that felt great.
But my I would pick Society of a Snow. That movie just rocked my boat. I loved it. I thought, I thought it was great across the board.
This is like I feel like this is one of the strongest categories this year.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's a good list.
Even Zone of Interest is like I don't love the movie, but I think it's an achievement.
I think the movie's great.
I love Zone of
I
Interest.
really like Zone of Interest. It's in my top 10 of the year.
I thought
But
it was excellent.
Perfect Days is number 6, so it's my pick this for what I want.
There you go.
So, okay, so just recap. Zone of Interest and Society of Snow.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool. What's next?
Adapted screenplay.
Oh,
we're getting to
screenplay is interesting. Screenplay is very interesting, especially adapted this year.
Yeah,
I
it
think
is.
it's an interesting race.
It's a very packed category.
It is.
It's got Best Picture nominee galore.
Yeah. But predictions for adapted screenplay. What are we thinking?
I think we're going to be different across the board, if I'm being honest.
Really?
Let's see. Ethan,
Oppenheimer should and will.
Joey,
Prediction: Barbie.
Prediction: American Fiction.
prediction: Oppenheimer.
Okay.
2 Oppenheimers.
I
Barbie.
almost went with Zone for this one.
My argument for Oppenheimer, not only because I do think the script is amazing, I have never seen people like go like sought after like an actual buying that script to the movie.
Yeah.
I think, on my end, I'm looking at this list, and the ones that are standing out to me on like just simply a script level are Oppenheimer and Zone. And maybe American Fiction. I also I might retract the Zone one because it's a very quiet movie. There's not much going on script wise.
There's no dialogue.
Because I love because the approach to making that film was almost like documentary. It wasn't really scripted like that deeply, because it wasn't really a structured set. They literally just set up hidden cameras and let them run for real. But yeah, I think Oppenheimer sticks out to me, and American Fiction just for like its kind of social satire aspect. Barbie and Poor Things, I think, are also excellently written, but I don't think they stand out in comparison to American and Oppenheimer, at least in my perspective.
Barbie is my second
In terms of
in
pick?
terms of pick. Like I just think
It's not my pick. It's my prediction.
in terms of your prediction, it's my second up prediction because I do think it's like I think it's really good and there's like some really intimate moments, but good team. And it's got good names on it too, like the Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig
Well,
duo.
that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's an opportunity to reward both of them, and they're both kind of awards darlings. And especially with all the hubbubaloo about Greta not getting a directing nomination and whatnot, I think maybe that might motivate some people to go out and vote for her. And especially with Oppenheimer just winning everything else, I don't know if the people are going to feel the need to reward Nolan in this category.
Right.
So I just think, I don't know. And I could be wrong. To be honest, this is the category I'm the least confident in, but I'm just going to go with Barbie just because I can see a moment being created out of it. My personal pick though, and to be honest, I feel like I'm pulling at straws. I'm not absolutely insane about any of these, but I'm going to go with American Fiction just because I think it's a really strong screenplay, has some smart things to say. And I enjoyed myself.
No, I agree. I think American Fiction is a very well written script until the end. I don't like the ending.
Yep.
The ending kind of
They go a little meta.
Yep.
it's like it just kind of ends the moment they go meta.
It's
It's like, oh, okay.
my pick to win just because it's won like a lot in the precursors.
I have a
and
prediction.
I think it's got a young writer attached to it who is very well liked.
Cord
and-
Jefferson.
Yeah. And I think it does attempt the meta stuff and it's got good satire, But and it is subversive, at times. Like I wasn't expecting like the first 30 minutes to go the way they did. But I think it's just going to play well with a lot of Academy voters. But I think it's a bit clunky, just like Barbie. I think Barbie
I
is
could
so
see it.
clunky.
I can see it.
Whereas like my pick would obviously be Poor Things.
Prediction?
No.
Your
no,
pick.
my prediction is
Oppie?
no,
American Fiction.
it's American Fiction.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my pick is Poor Things because I love the writing in that movie and how it's communicating its ideas. I think it is more of a directorial thing that's happening in that movie.
I would agree.
But I think the script does back up what it's saying about like feminism and sex and violence and society being like ignoring of like people who are suffering and then putting each other up just because.
We get to the
That's-
originals now.
All right,
That's
original
original screenplay.
All right,
Um,
prediction.
this is my one prediction for Anatomy of a Fall.
It is also my prediction. I think she honestly has it in the bag.
It's my pick as well.
pick and prediction.
Pick and prediction.
I think it will win. It's not what I think personally should win.
I
What's-
think we're on the same page for.
Past lives.
Yeah, I think Past Lives should win.
It's hard for me to go against Past Lives because I love it. I love it. I talked about it on the pod how much I turned on that movie, and I love it now.
Above the Holdovers.
That's the thing. And my pick is The Holdovers. It's the movie I've been quoting all Christmas season. It's a new classic. Ethan, we literally quote this movie all the time.
I know. That's
For
my
that
favorite.
reason, it has to be my personal pick, but I can't discredit. This is actually, I think, the stronger of the screenplay categories, personally.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm
great
not
screenplay.
going to disagree with Past Lives. I love Past Lives as well. I love Anatomy. Like, there's so many here that I'm going to be super happy
Yeah,
with. So
I mean,
For me, like Anatomy is my prediction, and I also think it's a brilliant script.
yeah,
Yeah.
so well
my
written.
God, like, just like reminds me of my parents in a weird way.
Oh, uh-oh.
Wow, that's some baggage.
Look out for Dad.
They,
Oh,
Close the windows.
they like when I heard my parents argue, they sound like that argument.
it's so well
Raw,
written,
Yeah.
directed, acted. It's
Oh, yeah.
love Anatomy.
there's a reason why it's my favorite screenplay of the year.
Yeah, I don't disagree with it. Just personally, I love The Holdovers.
So, Anatomy of Fall.
Easy.
Did it?
Yeah.
Across
Easy.
the board.
Easy.
for prediction, yes.
All right.
Moving on.
Lead actor.
Lead actor.
You want to
We're in
start this
the
one,
big-
Brandon?
Yeah, a
four.
week ago I would have said Paul Giamatti will win, but I don't think so anymore.
Especially after the SAG Awards.
Yeah,
Yep.
Cillian Murphy probably has it in the bag. He is the face of the movie. It's appropriate. It's
Yeah.
appropriate.
Makes
Like
sense.
he's great
Yeah.
in that movie. Very subtle.
fantastic in that
It's just not who I want. I love Paul Giamatti in The Holdovers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So nuanced.
I should win Paul, but I think Murphy's gonna win.
You know what? Just to make things interesting, I'm expecting a
Bradley
shocker.
Cooper.
No.
Bradley.
Coleman Domingo and Russ.
No, but I'm just gonna predict a shocker win from Giamatti, just because I still think he's on top of people's minds. I could be wrong for this prediction, and I don't really care. I just want to make things interesting. So should and would Paul Giamatti.
Okay.
Killian all the way for me.
Yeah.
Should and
Should
will.
and would.
Should and would.
Should and would.
It would win.
Should. Yeah, you fucking would win, Killian.
Really good.
I also think he never wants to be an Oscar winner.
Oh,
Ever
he
again.
hated
Killian
campaigning.
hates Hollywood.
Yeah.
So it's like Giamatti will be there in his 80s for like.
Oh yeah,
something.
he'll be playing some kookity old
I could see that,
grandpa.
All right.
He will. He'll play some grandpa character
That's
and
what
win
the
then.
movie's gonna be called, actually.
Yeah,
It's gonna be
kookity
called
old grandpa.
Kookity old grandpa.
With him going.
It's gonna
Christopher.
be like War with Grandpa.
Yeah,
But
War.
it's actually gonna be really good.
Yeah, in an 8 nomination movie.
Cillian Murphy, crookedy old grandpa.
No, Paul Giamatti.
Oh, Paul Giamatti.
Yeah, Cillian's out. He's
I
out.
thought
He's retiring
I
from
thought
acting.
Cillian Murphy was playing crookedy old grandpa.
No. Paul Giamatti's playing crookedy old grandpa, and that's when he's gonna win. When he
Okay.
doesn't win for this.
So we've got 3 for Murphy, and you are.
I'm good. Should and would Giamatti. I'm gonna throw in a wild card prediction there.
Good luck
just to
with
make
that.
things fun.
Usually
It's more fun.
people make the argument for votes being split, and then like between 2 people, and then somebody just sneaks up.
Yeah.
I don't think that can happen. Sorry, Bradley.
Daddy's Home too.
Daddy's home too.
I think there's gonna be crookedy old grandpas, and that's when Cillian.
Yeah,
Murphy's
Cillian
also
Murphy
gonna be the
comes
crookedy old
in,
grandpa.
and then
All
they're
right.
both nominated for
Moving
lead actor,
on.
and it's a race.
Moving on.
The same movie.
It's a riot.
All right, it's a riot.
Lead actress.
Oh man.
Okay,
Okay,
maybe, I don't know if this one's might cause some tension.
Well, we've talked about this one pretty extensively in our past episode.
yeah, Lily,
Should win or will win?
both.
I
think this is an even split down the middle of this.
should and would Lily, and this is actually the one category where if she doesn't win, I will genuinely be upset.
Oh,
Yeah. I if it goes to, because let's be
scared.
real, this has been a 2-horse
Send
race
help.
from the beginning. It's the battle of the Stones.
yeah.
Honestly,
Lily Gladstone versus Emma Stone. And I'm sorry, but if I love Emma Stone in Poor Things, but I don't want her to win. Like, because winning, you have to understand it's a cultural moment and it's a moment in history. And I think it's more important that Lily Gladstone wins.
good for you.
I love her so much.
I
think
you
she's
want-
so talented.
Annette Bening. You can't. Say
Yeah, you're on the Annette Bening train.
Women.
I'm swimming. Remember her? She's gonna perform it.
Yeah.
She's gonna perform her swim.
Yeah, she's gonna perform her
They're
swim
gonna bring out the
song.
Taj Mahal, and she's gonna
And
be
she
on
sings.
wires swimming around.
Remember
going,
the part in Naiad when she's singing while swimming?
Yeah, I'm swimming.
I'm swimming. She's gonna perform that, and that's what Brandon wants.
Honestly,
I know who you think should win.
well,
I genuinely, jokes aside.
here's a shocker.
Okay,
Sandra Hüller is gonna win.
no.
Yes, she's gonna shock. It's gonna be like 2018.
All right, so we have a.
She should
What happened
and
in
will.
2018?
Olivia Colman beat Glenn Close for The Wife.
Even though
yes.
Glenn Close won all the precursors.
She won all the precursors, and she had never won an Oscar before, and she'd been nominated 8 times. And here's my reasoning. I usually don't go off anonymous ballots because there's such a small sample size. But I've seen a lot for Sandra Hüller. And it's because that movie lives and dies with her and Justine Triet. And I think this is one of the categories where Oppenheimer cannot hurt it. And I think Lily Gladstone and Emma Stone will split the votes. I do think Emma Stone probably could sneak it out. I really do not think the Academy really liked Killers of the Flower Moon, despite it being a really good movie. But it's crazy to me because it's like she does give a great performance, but like SAG awarded it, but SAG has like hundreds of thousands of members in it, whereas like the Academy only has 10,000, and they're not all actors.
I will say this: if Sandra Hüller wins, I would be less upset than if Emma Stone wins. I wouldn't disagree with it, but I really would love to see Lily Gladstone.
I think it's going to be the big shock of the night.
All right,
like the one hit.
keeping things interesting. I like it.
Chris.
For me, I think Lily Gladstone will win, and I think she's excellent in that film. I think Sandra Hüller should win.
It's also tough because I will say this: I do agree with the argument that Killers does sideline Lily enough that it's hard to call her the lead.
Yeah,
Because the second
Yeah,
half of that
fair
movie,
enough.
she gets sidelined, and that sucks.
she's barely.
I
in
still
it.
love the movie, and I can still understand the creative decision behind it, but yeah. But I get the argument that technically Sandra Hüller, Emma Stone, they're the actual leads of those movies.
Well, yeah. Well, yeah.
Well, yeah. Like I
Well,
do
yeah.
get that argument, but if it's my vote, it would be Lily Gladstone, and I'm like you with Godzilla -1 winning VFX. I'm manifesting her win. I want to see her.
Good
win.
luck.
He hates you.
God, dude.
Like more than
He
any of us,
yeah,
he
why do you
specifically
hate
hates
me?
I don't hate you.
Yeah.
I just hate your picks. Right.
Jeez.
the extension. Of
Let's
All right.
let's move on.
Okay.
He's tired of you.
Best director.
Director.
This is a
Okay.
good lineup.
Okay. Easiest
Ba, ba,
prediction.
ba, ba.
Do we even need to talk about predictions?
No.
Nolan.
Nolan, put
Nolan's
them all
very
up.
good.
Yep.
Put that
Nothing.
man's
Put 'em up.
face.
That is the most, other than Divine Joy Randolph for the holdovers.
It's probably the
it's the
easiest.
most assured.
And also, it's his time. Give the man his
It's
roses.
been he's had his.
It's a
yeah.
career win. Good for him.
But should he win?
You don't
I think so.
Justine Triet has a chance?
No.
No.
I don't think she
shot.
has a chance. No,
Like,
but I
in
think
terms
she's
of
great.
winning, like, but okay, let's go down.
I
the
don't
line
even
and
know
finish
who
up.
our number 2 would be if we're being honest. Like,
Really?
Yeah, like I don't even.
I think she would be a number 2.
You do?
Yeah, I'm Nolan should and will, but if someone else were to win, it would be her.
Well,
Really?
here's what I'll say. She's actually my personal pick.
She's my
in terms
personal
of
pick.
should, I would give it to Justine Triet. I think Anatomy might be my favorite directed film of last year. There was a lot of really good ones, but I think what she does in terms of the direction in that film is just outstanding.
I agree. That's
Yeah.
one pick I do agree with you with.
I think I'm on the Oppie train all the way for this one. But if I had to pick my second, it'd be Yorgos. I like Yorgos' direction in that one.
Yeah, because that movie, like,
It
I feel
doesn't
like
work without him.
it doesn't work without that voice.
Yeah.
The directorial voice.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, should win is Justine Triet. Nolan's, he's got in the bag, but I think his is powerful. His is powerful. Like, it really hits you.
Justine
And-
is subtle.
Yeah, it's subtle, and then there is like a slight undercurrent of power underneath it, in that what it's saying about feminism in the media, and we need more movies like that. If I'm being honest.
Yeah.
So
No. Nah.
all right,
Nah.
Barbie
On the
hater.
all men talk show.
I think there should be more like
dudes just being
like,
awesome
dudes, like,
and wearing cool
I
jackets.
feel like we need to report more on like when a dude like chugs a beer.
That's epic and that's awesome.
I-
That's actually awesome.
Because that's like the stuff I want to know about. Like who who just shotgunned a beer right now?
yeah. Who did it?
I wish I could turn on the news to see who's doing that right now.
All right,
And you know what I say? I'd go hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
Anyway,
It's a real shame that Lanthimos is in this year. Every year he runs
it's a
into
tough
a
race.
buzzsaw.
But also shout out Jonathan Glazer. His vision
Yeah.
is pretty undeniable for Zone of Interest.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Best picture.
Let's
We've
get
made
into
it.
it.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
another
Let's-
easy prediction, right?
Yeah, let's
Yep.
just should we just all say it on 3? 1,
One,
2,
two,
3.
three.
Oppenheimer. Yeah, this one's in the bag.
It's
It's not a fun race because it's not interesting.
usually there's like one other one like
That might take it.
that might take it. Like last year,
it's
everybody
not
was like,
happening.
it could have been all quiet. It got like 14 nominations, but usually the movie with the most nominations doesn't win.
Yeah.
This year it might
But it's-
happen.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't
Well,
know if
didn't
any
Everything
was
Everywhere
talented.
get the most knobs last year?
I don't remember.
No.
I don't think so. I think it was all quiet.
It was all quiet.
Really?
Yeah. Quiet.
Oh my god!
But Everything Everywhere had a lot.
It had a lot. It won 7 awards.
Yeah, but that's the thing. The movie that it can win the majority of its awards, and look out for your Maestro. Like Spotlight had like 5 nominations in 2015, and it won 2.
And then Coda won
Two.
Best Picture, but it had how many nominations total? 3?
Three.
And it won all 3.
It won 3 of
It
its
won-
3.
Yeah, so I think, Oppenheimer is just like the far and away the pick. It won the PGA, it won Golden Globe drama, it won.
It's a technical
SAG
achievement. It's a
ensemble.
thematic achievement.
Yeah.
It was a box office success. Like it literally, there's nothing you can knock it off for.
The only thing that you could say is, does it do well in a preferential ballot? Yes, I think it does.
Yeah.
But there are people who don't like it. But for the other movies, if there's a strong enough like passion, do you think there's anything that could pull an upset?
No. In terms of predicting, no. There's nothing that can pull the upset.
I don't think so.
All right.
Well, let's do our. Is there anyone's like there should be a movie that should win over it?
Yeah.
Well, in my ideal world, but
I love
let's
Oppenheimer.
talk about
But
our
it's not
real
my number
world.
one.
Oppenheimer.
Ideal world is fun. Let's talk about it, Chris.
past lives.
I know.
I think its story on romance and immigration is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
Yeah.
The way those two aspects of that film bridge together is breathtaking. And the fact that this is Celine Song's debut is unbelievable.
Which
Yeah.
is why they won't give it to her.
Yeah, and they won't give it to her. But, I didn't expect that to be. I honestly think Past Lives isn't going to walk away with anything this year.
Which is a huge bummer.
But hopefully it's but I do think it's nice to know that Celine's song will be around.
Yeah.
Because this proved her.
Yeah.
Brandon.
Her next movie's looking interesting.
Oh, she already has her next movie lined up?
Yeah.
He's been on set for it.
Oh, yeah.
Your lead.
No.
Your lead.
It- the lead.
It's another
people on the street.
3-way emotional romance thing.
Cool.
So we'll see.
I
He's
want
one of the
more.
3.
Give me more. Yeah, you're one of the 3.
Chris Evans, me.
Chris Evans and you.
My pick would either be Poor Things or Anatomy of a Fall. Like, I have a hard time between the two.
Yeah.
Just because, like, they are my 2 favorite movies of the year, and they both tickled my brain.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that when a movie tickles my brain and then maybe gets me a little emotional, that's when I have my happy place.
What do you do when your brain is being tickled? Do you have some sort of like?
I lean forward, man. That's what I do.
Okay.
You know
And
me.
So that's when when I see you lean forward, I'm like, oh,
He's-
he's getting tickled right
Yeah, I am. I'm like, ooh. I'm like the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Joey?
now. I think our shoulds are the same.
Well,
Actually,
I just gotta say it's a really strong lineup this year. 4 of the nominees for me are 5-star movies.
That's great.
Holdovers, Past Lives, Anatomy, and Killers are all 5-star movies for me. Wow. And my personal pick would be Killers of the Flower Moon. That movie, that is actually the only. I love Scorsese. I respect him as a director. That's actually the only movie of his I've seen that really emotionally resonated with me, outside of just me purely respecting his craft. And that was the one movie that just sat with me for like days. I
does
was
sit
like,
with you.
I couldn't stop thinking about it. So it would be my pick. I know like people kind of turned on it, but I think it's some of his best work.
I'm going Holdovers.
I love
I love that movie
Holdovers.
to death.
I love Holdovers, but I would say it doesn't need to win Best Picture. I already know it's a classic.
It doesn't feel like a Best Picture winner.
No, but I already know we're all watching it every
I'm going to be
Christmas
watching
season.
Holdovers more than any of those other movies.
Same here. I already have. I've seen it 7 times. So take that what you
Watch new movies.
What the hell, man?
Aren't you the one in the middle of watching a franchise twice?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Watching those old British blokes grow up, like you've been watching that
Watch
5 times in
new
a row.
movies.
I'm watching
I
it
love
with
the
my
blokes.
girlfriend.
I'm going to show my parents next. I'm going to watch the blokes grow up again.
Hey.
Hey,
75%
they
of the
grow up.
films I watch
About
are new
old folks
watches.
growing
Yeah,
up.
same here.
All right.
Actually, more than.
Maybe you should
I checked my Letterboxd
finish
stats.
the Oscar nominees.
And that's what this has all been about.
Yeah, he's been mad
This
at
is
me
an
this whole
intervention for you,
time.
Joey.
He said he promised.
I still have 2 weeks from the recording of this to get it done, and
I have more hope than I did like a week ago.
I'm close. But we'll see.
All right. I can't wait to see your review of Gold, though.
I don't know if that's happening. But anyway, look at that.
That's it.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's it. That's all.
Oscars. Keep an eye out. We will be having an episode about our reaction.
Hopefully
gonna
right
record
after.
And see if our predictions turned out to be right or not.
Or is there going to be a prize this year like there was last year?
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe.
We'll see. Maybe I have something working.
Unless you win.
Yeah, unless you win.
'Cause I won.
You're
You've
exempt.
been rude.
I won
Yeah,
last
your
year.
rudeness disqualified you from the competition.
And honestly, I think you're not invited to the next show.
Ooh, you're benched.
You're benched.
You're benched.
I'm just kidding. I'm
kidding.
I'm kidding. Well, that's gonna do us for this episode of Stacked, everybody. Thank you all so much
So much.
for watching and listening, and we'll catch you in a post Oscars world.
We'll see you on the other side.
Bye-bye.
Bye.